Hey coaches, what's going on? It is Coach Tim here with another video, and I have a really good one for you today. I'm going to talk to you about building your status as a football coach. That's right, building your status as a football coach. And this is one of these topics that's not talked about enough, but is one of the most important topics to talk about if you are serious about having a long-term career as a coach on any level. I don't care if it's becoming a youth football coach and staying a youth football coach, coaching at the middle school level, high school level, semi pro, college, or professional levels. You need to know how to build your status as a coach. And so I'm going to help you build your status because I'm someone who's been involved in coaching for roughly 15 years now. And I've been rewarded by ESPN, State Farm for my work, and I've gained recognition that way. And I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it and what you can do to really build your status up as a coach. All right. And before we get into this video, do me a solid, like and subscribe to my channel. You'll be doing me a big solid. You'll help me reach more football coaches like yourself. And also, I just dropped two brand new playbooks, my Strongman RPO Beast Offensive Playbook. You can get that in the description, and also my 4-4 Reaper Defensive Playbook. You can also check that out and get that in the description as well. They're only 25 bucks. And I wanted to make something that adds value to you guys and also something that's really affordable for you that you can use and make your own. All right, guys, so let's get into this video. So, what is status? Let's start there. What is status? What does it do? What's the benefit of having status as a coach or as anybody? When you have status as a coach, it creates opportunities for you long term and short term. When you are a coach and you have status, you're able to build unique relationships and create opportunities for yourself that maybe other coaches may not be able to have. And we all know that if you are a coach, you're in a relationship business, and a lot of coaches get jobs based off of their relationships that they have built, and also really being a person that has status as well. So it's an extremely important thing to have. And number one, and we're going to talk about what you need to avoid doing. And this is a big mistake that I made early in my football career. And honestly, it was probably about a 6 or 7 year mistake that I made, which was I didn't build a lot of relationships with coaches. That was a huge mistake. I thought that, all the coaches was out to beat me, and I wanted to dominate every single coach that I played against. And also, I didn't have a lot of respect for a lot of coaches starting out. Now, mind you, when I started coaching football, I was 20 years old. I was young, I was dumb, I was naive to a lot of things. But the older I got, the more mature I got, I realized that, man, I need to build relationships with coaches who can actually coach better than me, or be able to, that's really good at doing drills, or really good at calling plays and creating plays, or really good at developing their organizations or their practice structures. And when I did that, my coaching career took off. I won more games. I knew exactly what I was doing, and I knew how to do it. And then, another thing too, you begin to learn what you're actually good at as a coach as well when you're able to build relationships, because now those same relationships you built, you have coaches coming to you, similar to Beast Out You. I help thousands of coaches all around the world build their youth football teams. Why? Because I am a super good, and not meaning to toot my own horn, but I'm going to do it. I am really good at building youth football programs. I'm really good at building programs all together. I'm really big on leadership, and I'm really good at player development. So I get a lot of coaches coming to me, and I help a lot of them with building their programs up, fundraising. I help them with their plays and how to design plays, how to develop their team and practice structure around their system and around their plays. These are things that I'm extremely good at. There are other coaches out there who are really good at drills and really good at um, sharpening up their players and really developing them through drills. I'm really good at developing my players through systems and structures and repetition that has been proven to work for me. So when you're able to find your it factor and then you build relationships with coaches who are really good at doing other things, guess what? It's only going to make you better as a coach. So don't make the mistake of feeling like you know it all. You feel like, you know, all you want to do is dominate, the competition. Of course, we want to dominate the competition. We want to win games. We want to build very successful programs, both on the field and off the field. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't be competitive. Don't be the person that don't want to dominate the competition. But what I am saying is that you don't want to be the person that actually start disrespecting other coaches and other men or women who are coaches. Because I'm here to tell you, when you start burning those bridges, you find yourself at a very lonely place as a coach, and you find yourself on an island. And if you are a football coach, you don't want to be on an island. You want to have relationships to where if you got one coaching job and you get fired, or if your tenure at a certain place just ran out and it's time for you to move on, you want to be able to have those relationships and lean on them to be able to transition and pivot in your coaching career as fast and as smooth as possible. So let me give you some tips on, networking and what I would recommend you doing. And these are things that I have done to build my status up. Okay. So number one, you want to build relationships with leaders in the community that's not related to sports. Okay. The first group I always start with are administrators in the school. Okay. Yes, and this is especially important if you are a middle school coach or a head football coach. You want to build a relationship with that principal or that athletic director or that assistant principal, because again, if they know, like, and trust you, and if, let's say, for example, that assistant principal get a job at a new school and they need a new head football coach, that may be your opportunity to pivot over to that new school and get a head coaching job. Even if you are, currently an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coach, positional coach, whatever, because you have that relationship built, you may be able to get a head coaching job at a school just because of the relationships that you have built with that assistant principal. Is that important? And then number two, you want to build relationships with, like, business leaders. Now, business leaders are amazing partners and allies with your program, because guess what? If you build relationships with great business leaders, they will give you money, and they will give you a lot of money. I'm here to tell you that. When I build my youth football programs, I lean on business leaders. I lean on politicians and media. Because why? Because they help me get the word out about my program, and it also helps me to generate a lot of money for my program. If you guys been following me for any time, I like to fundraise and get a lot of money for my programs. I mean, my minimum is always $5,000 that I'm aiming for each and every year. And I do that because if I'm able to get the funding to be able to support my team and my players and have the resources to be able to do amazing things in the community, what that does for my program, that attracts quality people, quality talent, really nice kids into the program that you're really able to develop. And it becomes easier when you have kids who it's not as hard to get them to buy into your system and buy into your program. And when you got quality parents, they understand boundary, and it's just easier to implement your system when you have people who are on board with who you are as a leader. That's super important. Also, this is another thing that's really important, is that you want to be able to attend clinics and build relationships with other coaches. I don't care if these clinics are both physical or virtual clinics. talk to coaches, build these relationships. Even with me, Beast Out You, I got a free Facebook group just for coaches to be able to network and build relationships with each other. And so I created that group, that Facebook group, for coaches to be able to network and build relationships with each other. And also, it's a way for me to build relationships with coaches across the country. And not just coaches, but, I got that group open and available for athletic directors, presidents, people who are just involved in sports. And again, athletic directors hire coaches, you know, coaches help hire coaches and get them onto staff. Principals help to hire coaches. So, all of these things are relative to, your absolute success as a football coach, no matter what level that you're on. So you want to do that. And so I hinted on this earlier in the video as to how to get recognized by organizations like ESPN, State Farm, these big corporations who will give you grants and just recognition. Hands down, the best award I ever received in my life was by ESPN and State Farm in 2017. I was awarded the most valued possession winner by them. And what that did for me and my status has been amazing. I got 2.5 million views with one video, and then over a million videos on, I think it was 1.3 mil on IG as well. And what that does is it really lets people know that you are the real deal and you are legit as a coach. And the way that you get recognition is, number one, you don't necessarily look for the recognition. I didn't look for the recognition. What I did was I put in the work, and I was building relationships with the assistant principal at the elementary school that I was building my team in the community that I was building my team in. And he was doing outreach out there to one of the lower income communities, and my program was kind of stationed in that area. And as he began to do his work, I began to build relationships with him, and we began to collab in different things, and we became friends. We talked on the phone, just not even about football, but just about impact and just about making a difference in the community. And before you know it, he called me one day and he said, "Hey man, you mind coming to the school? I got some people who want to donate some helmets and shoulder pads." And I almost missed the opportunity because I was finna, it was early. I'm like, man, can this wait, until I get down there? Because I stayed literally about 30 miles away I stayed 30 minutes away from the location. I decided to go, got dressed, and I went down to the school, and lo and behold, they had a pep rally for me, and ESPN State Farm, they awarded me a grant for my football program, and the rest is history. I got the notoriety and things of that nature, and it was just man, it was just such a blessing to be able to, receive that award. So again, guys, and this is the bottom line advice. If you want to increase your status, you need to get out there and build relationships with other people, both in sports or around sports. Okay, build relationships again with the principals, with the athletic directors, with the assistant principals, with other coaches. It's very, very important, with business leaders, with media. I can't tell you enough how important local media is. Build relationships with local media, because the more that people know you and see you as a leader and someone who is out there adding value to other people's lives and making a difference, I'm here to tell you, you will upgrade your status big time, and you will become the golden standard coach, and you can build the golden standard program in your league if you follow those steps. All right, guys, so I hope I helped you with that video. I hope you got value. If you did, again, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell. And again, guys, if you want to get any of my playbooks, the Strongman RPO offensive playbook and the 4-4 Reaper defensive playbook, it's going to be in the description box below. And guys, again, win more games, score more points, and beast out. Peace.